local, breaking news. This is WYFF News 4 at 6 in high definition.
Another accident on Augusta Road. This time, a pedestrian is hit with a side view mirror. Folks who live in this area say something needs to change.
A teenager killed, several others hurt after a fiery wreck at a Greenville County gas station tonight. The Highway Patrol is looking for answers.
And in that case, one major question that remains, which teenager was driving the car?
Tonight, the Highway Patrol hopes witnesses and perhaps surveillance video like the one you see behind us from JTM Enterprise and Leasing will lead to some answers. WYFF News 4's Myra Ruiz is live and local in Greenville County tonight. Myra?
Well, good evening, Michael and Carol. We're right at the Spink Station on White Horse Road where this wreck happened. What we do know is that a 19-year-old who was in a Honda Civic died here at the scene.
The Highway Patrol says 4 teenagers were in this 2012 Honda Civic when it crashed at a Spink Station on White Horse Road just before 8:30 Tuesday night.
I was like, oh, well, I could have been in there.
19-year-old Shazair Mitchell died in the wreck. Orinthius Webb was his friend and says he was shocked to learn what happened because he too was in that same car about a half an hour before this happened. But he said he wanted to watch a football game, so he had the group drop him off at home.
I'm blessed because I could have been in the car with him, but.
According to the Highway Patrol, the Civic carrying the teenagers crashed into this 2009 Honda Accord at the gas station. A witness at the scene told WYFF that a vehicle then crashed into a gas pump. Troopers say 33-year-old Michael Branyon was driving the Accord. He was okay, but his passenger, 24-year-old Jacqueline Miller, was hurt and taken to Greenville Memorial.
I hope everybody that was in the wreck, I hope they okay. Hope the family's okay.
Troopers say a 15-year-old was thrown from the Civic along with 19-year-old Delvin Foster. Investigators say 18-year-old Monica Landrum was trapped in the car. All 3 were taken to Greenville Memorial, but troopers say Shazair Mitchell died at the scene.
A lot of people gonna miss him because he was a good dude. He was a good guy.
Tonight, we have just learned that 18-year-old Monica Landrum is in critical condition and 19-year-old Delvin Foster is in serious condition at Greenville Memorial. Jacqueline Miller, the passenger of the Honda Accord, is in good condition tonight, we're told. Myra Ruiz, WYFF News 4, live in Greenville County.
Myra, thank you. Now to some breaking news just into our newsroom. Greenville County Schools tell us 5 varsity Blue Ridge High School football players have been suspended and recommended for expulsion, and criminal charges are pending. All this after a locker room incident involving a younger football player. That's according to school officials. We'll continue to follow this story on air and on WYFF4.com.
Now to Greenwood, where police officers have made an arrest in a case of hit and run that took a man's life. Authorities say Samantha Bolden is charged tonight with leaving the scene of an accident involving death. Rico Martin's body was found Saturday along Bypass 25. Officers were looking for him after his family had reported him missing. The autopsy revealed he died from blunt force trauma.
A man who had just been released from jail was killed in a hit and run last night in Anderson County. Deputies have arrested Jason Yergin of Piedmont. He was taken into custody. They say Barrick Kimbrell was walking along State Route 86 around 8 last night when he was hit by Yergin's truck. The witness helped troopers solve the case by providing them with a license plate. Yergin faces numerous charges, including felony DUI with death.
A Greenville man's hospitalized tonight after getting hit as he walked to a bus stop. This happened on Augusta Road near McNeese Drive.
And people who live nearby say it's another example of why there needs to be a change on US 25. WYFF News 4's Allie Miles reports.
It doesn't get 45 until you hit these 2 lanes right here. So something needs to be done right there to make them cars slow down, because there's 18-wheelers and all this 25 traffic coming down through here.
Daryl Bailey has only lived with his family in this house for a few months, but they've already seen 3 accidents, one of them just yards from their front door.
He got hit on the motorcycle right there, and he got knocked from 3 lines up there all the way to right here.
The latest accident, Bailey's stepdad. 51-year-old Stanley Collins was hit in the back while walking to the bus stop. The family says this is the side view mirror that hit Collins with enough force to completely shatter it.
I just heard my mom screaming my name, and I just hobbled down there to help her to see what was going on. And when I got there, he was laying on the ground.
Less than 2 months ago, a deadly accident less than a mile up the road. A man was trying to cross the street when several vehicles hit him, including a deputy. That death led SCDOT to put up pedestrian crossing signs and a plan to install a traffic light. But community members say it's not enough.
If you had sidewalks and more police presence to slow down some of these motorists, we would not have all these accidents the way they occur.
Both men want to see more changes before anyone else gets hurt.
See more Highway Patrol and more sheriff deputies present to prevent accidents like this.
It's pitch black out here in the morning times for anybody. Even if kids walk to school, nobody would see them because there's no lighting.
Allie Miles, WYFF News 4 on Augusta Road in Greenville County.
A mother who killed her 2 young children while driving under the influence knows her sentence tonight. The solicitor's office says Melissa Patton pleaded guilty to felony DUI. The judge sentenced her to 5 years, but suspended that to 1 year in prison. She will have to serve that 1 year. Early on January 1st, Patton lost control of her car, crashed here on Wells Highway in Oconee County. Her 1- and 4-year-old daughters were killed that morning. Troopers say Patton's blood alcohol level was more than twice the legal limit. Greenville County deputies are on the hunt for an armed robber right now. Deputies say it happened at the Corner Mart store on State Park Road near Sandy Flat Road. Deputies say just after 2 this afternoon, a man walked in with a gun, demanded money. No one got hurt.
Covering the world tonight, a Canadian soldier standing guard at a war memorial in Ottawa was shot to death this morning. Then heavy gunfire erupted inside the Parliament building. Police say 1 gunman was killed, but officers were hunting for at least 2 others. Canadian officials have identified that shooter as Michael Zahav-Bibeau. President Obama offered American help to Canada in a call with the Prime Minister.
Starting Monday, travelers arriving into this country from Ebola-stricken West African nations will be monitored for symptoms of illness for 21 days. The CDC says these passengers will get kits to help them track their temperature. They'll also have to inform health officials about their status daily. President Obama did say today he is cautiously more optimistic about the Ebola situation in the U.S.
An Anderson woman is facing more charges this week after SLED officials say she funneled money for her animal fostering program into her own personal account. Law enforcement says Julianne Westbury is charged with breach of trust after taking more than $11,000 from a PayPal account intended for finding foster homes for cats she was caring for. This is video from June. Westbury was charged with ill treatment of animals this summer after Belton police officers say they found dozens of dead cats in her home.
Well, the big holiday travel season is about to get underway, but before you pack your bags, the TSA wants to remind everybody about what's not allowed on board. TSA displayed some items confiscated over the past few months at GSP today. Take a look here. It all includes weapons, a power drill, even hot sauce, and a jar of peanut butter.
We're not here to take away this property, but if it does come to the checkpoint, we're interested in making sure travelers have a safe flight. So that's why you see all these items here.
GSP says more than 1.8 million passengers each year pass through the airport.
After a tragic year at Clemson University, some are hoping the loss of 4 students in 5 weeks will breathe new life into an effort to memorialize those who have died before graduation. WYFF News 4's Mandy Gaither with more now from Clemson.
A group of Clemson students is raising money to build a student memorial chapel here on campus between the Strom Thurmond Institute and the library. So far, they've raised around $300,000, but the project is expected to cost around $5 million.
Come to the candlelight vigil tonight for the Student Memorial Chapel.
Students have been pushing for this chapel since 2007, but the effort has been revived with the deaths of 4 students since classes started this year. Senior Morgan Burns says outside the chapel there would also be a garden with a wall engraved with the names of more than 650 Clemson students who lost their lives before being able to graduate.
These are students that are never going to be able to graduate with us. They won't walk across that stage and shake President Clement's hands. So to know that when they come back to home games, when they're walking around campus, that they are somewhere tangible on campus, that they can see and remember that friend or that loved one, I can't imagine anything more special than that.
The group trying to raise the money says Clemson is the only school in the ACC that doesn't have an on-campus chapel. The group is also planning a candlelight vigil tonight around Clemson's Reflection Pond at 7:30 to remember those students who have died. Mandy Gaither, WYFF News 4 in Clemson.
Mandy, thank you. All day tomorrow you can dine out and help raise money for an upstate nonprofit that helps parents with life-threatening illnesses leave a legacy for their children. 60 upstate restaurants are going to join in this year's Dine Out for Mom. The group Let There Be Mom helps moms like Kristen Young and her 2 daughters. Young is battling a rare form of skin cancer and is running out of treatment options. Let There Be Mom sent her and her children to Great Wolf Lodge over the summer. They're now helping her brainstorm keepsake ideas for the kids, things like photo quilts and cutting boards engraved with treasured family recipes. South Carolina Senator Tim Scott made a stop in Greer today as part of his Veterans Job Training Initiative. Senator Scott says it's all part of his commitment to support South Carolina veterans and their families as they transition from military service to civilian work life. He's holding workshops for vets across the state focused on how they can translate their specialized skills into a new job.
Having a receptive audience is very important. Having a job is just more important. So we want to make sure that we bring employers and potential employees together and help them make that transition.
The senator is also visiting Columbia, Myrtle Beach, and North Charleston this week.